Welcome to English Cozy Chat, where we talk slowly about all kinds of fun topics. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the beach. So that is why I'm wearing my sunglasses and have on a little beach shawl and a beach ball to get myself in the mood. I absolutely love the beach. I always have. Whenever I was a little girl, I would dream about going to the beach all year long. I didn't live close to one. It took about 4 to 5 hours by car to get to the beach. But when I went, I absolutely loved it. I probably went maybe every other year whenever I was small for about a week. So that is why I think the beach was extra special to me, because I didn't really see it that much. But now that I live in Barcelona, I live very close to the beach. I'm only 10 minutes away by car. So during the summer, we go quite often. Sometimes we go for the whole day, but most of the time we will go just for a few hours. So whenever I go to the beach, there are a few things that I always bring with me. I get a big beach bag, and inside I put a towel, a big beach mat that is nice to sit on when I'm at the beach, an umbrella, or maybe even a beach tent. These beach tents are very popular these days. They're quite easy to set up, and they provide a lot of shade. So that is always very nice whenever it's really hot outside. Also in this bag, I always pack lots of sunscreen along with some goggles to swim in the sea, and also some extra clothes. Oh, and I also cannot forget snacks. What is the beach without snacks? I usually like to pack really juicy fruit like watermelon or melon or juicy peaches or grapes. Anything like that, I absolutely love to eat on the beach. I also like to have a little something salty as well. So I usually will pack some kind of crackers or chips, which just really taste good whenever it's hot outside. I also always pack a big bottle of ice water, which helps to keep me nice and hydrated on the beach. So whenever I go to the beach, the first thing that I always do is I lay out my beach mat that I brought. And if it's very sunny outside, I will set up the umbrella or the beach tent. And I will also lay down my towel. Usually before I even lay down on the beach, I like to get in the sea. I always put on goggles, and I really like to swim for a good amount of time. Sometimes I may swim for 10 or 15 minutes, which is really a lot when you're swimming in waves. I always get so much more tired whenever I'm swimming in the sea compared to swimming in a pool. And other times I may just take a dip. Taking a dip refers to simply getting wet. Taking a dip could either be getting in for a few minutes or just dunking your body in the water and getting out. Then once I get out of the water, I will do one of the following. If I'm by myself, I love to read on the beach. I think there's nothing better than being on the beach with a book and just relaxing. However, I have 2 small kids, so that doesn't happen for me so much these days. I usually play with them in the sand. They like to play with buckets and shovels, or just to dig big holes in the sand. Or I'll play with them in the shore break of the water. The shore break is where the waves crash on the beach. So the days when I'm with my kids, I don't really relax that much, but I always have a really good time. I forgot to mention that the first thing that I do when I get to the beach is put on sunscreen. I really try to protect my skin as much as I can. So I always buy a SPF 50 sunscreen and put it on everywhere just to try to avoid skin damage. Then after I've been at the beach for a while, I reach for my beach snacks. I love to just sit there when it's hot and eat nice, juicy fruit or chips and crackers. Eating these things on the beach just really makes me so happy. I also like to take walks on the beach. I love to walk along where the shore break is, where the waves are crashing into the sand. And I just love to walk along there and look around and see all of the families and friends there together. Everyone is always having such a good time. I feel like the beach is just such a happy place. You don't really ever see people sad or upset at the beach. People always just seem really happy. For me, it just really feels good to walk on the beach and to feel the sand on my feet. I just love the way that this feels. It makes me feel like I'm getting a little bit of a foot massage. In Barcelona, there are typically lots of restaurants on the beach, which are there only for the summer. And those are called chiringuitos. And many times when we go to the beach, we will stop at one of these restaurants and eat or just get a drink. They always have lots of good music there and food, and it's always just a really nice atmosphere. For me, I also really like it if we eat dinner at one of these restaurants because I'm always so tired when I get home from the beach that I really don't feel like cooking. So if I can spend a nice day on the beach and eat at one of these restaurants and come home and not have to cook, that is just a really great day. Depending on what we have going on, sometimes we go to the beach in the early morning, sometimes we go in the afternoon, and other times we go in the evening. Yesterday, we went to the beach in the evening, around 7 p.m. after we ate dinner. For me, this is the perfect time to go because it's not too hot, there's not too many people, and the sun is just not as intense, so it's a little bit more comfortable. It's also very nice in the mornings because the sun has just risen, it's not too hot outside yet, and many times in the morning, the water is really nice and flat. For me, there's something so special about a sea or ocean that is flat. It feels so serene. Serene is another word for beautiful. And then there are other times that I go to the beach in the afternoon. Many times that's what I do whenever I meet friends. It is really fun because there are a lot of people there, but you really have to make sure that you're wearing lots of sunscreen and have some shade to sit under. Whenever I come home from the beach, I always feel so tired, yet very relaxed. And I always sleep very well the night after I go to the beach. Yesterday, after going to the beach, the floor of my house was just covered in sand because we were all still covered in sand and everything. So I really had to clean this morning, but I don't mind cleaning that mess because it's so worth it to just have a great day at the beach and then come home. I would really love to know what your favorite things are about the beach. What do you like about going to the beach? How often do you go? Do you live near a beach or do you live far from a beach? I would really love to know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I cannot wait to see you in the next episode. Bye!